Oh man, the thing that we didn't, or at least me and some other people didn't want to happen, ended up happening. Chapter 1163 called Promises. Before we get started, I did put up some shorts of opening some packs, ripping some packs open. If you can check those out, I appreciate it. And let's get into the review. Grab some cup of coffee, some tea, and One Piece mug, and enjoy. So let's jump into the chapter, and Emu just landed onto the island God Valley. And this brings me back to a thought that we'll get to with Garp. Immediately, same as Saturn, it kind of represents the exact same. They just don't even look at me. You're so far beneath me. It doesn't matter if you're Marine, pirate, anybody, you're getting wiped out. Emu immediately starts taking out Marines. The pirates are like, aren't you on their side? It doesn't matter. They start attacking the pirates also. So nobody's safe, obviously. Gorosei, Saturn did the exact same thing, same feeling. So Emu has taken over Saturn's body, and Roger immediately senses something's wrong, something's up. I need to go, whatever that is. Like, whatever that is, I need to take care of that. Gaban, actually, it's not even take care of that. It's kind of reminiscing how Luffy is. I gotta fight it. I gotta go. Like, I see somebody strong, maybe. Very similar. And tells Gaban, take care of everything else. I'm gonna go deal with that. Garp immediately freaking out. What is that monster? It's a monster. Like, thank you for noticing. Like, because how do you work underneath that? As, I guess, a holy knight? I don't know. Well, it's so much thoughts behind what it's so demonic, but you're working underneath it as a holy knight. But I guess they see it as their normal, right? Like growing up, it's completely normal to you. Or at least you get integrated into the system and you just accept how it is. But yeah, and then the person that just stands there in the front lines is Zebek smiling. Big smile. Ah, well, if it isn't you, Rat King. Or at least that's the translation. I have to see the official translation. And I got an idea when I heard the name Rat King. And he says, you came in person to deal with me, to kill me, right? And Emu calls him the one that is Davy Jones. And Zebek's like, no. I mean, I never even met the dude. You got the wrong person. So Rat King is a very interesting name to call this. Because why? Some people are already insinuating that Emu's a man because of being called Rat King. I still don't want to give in to that. And honestly, as you go through this chapter, you notice that Emu looks like the silhouette. The silhouette, this black silhouette is the person Emu. There is no, I don't know. It could be a front, it could be a cover, but it's so weird. They don't have a form. They just, this black silhouette is their form. But the name Rat King, the being called Rat King, brings up a little theory of what a Rat King is. It's a knot of rats that end up getting tied together because they swarm so much. Their tails get knotted up and they'll die off, but it's an amalgamation. So I'm thinking this thing that Zebek calls the world is this amalgamation of maybe some demonic art, remember, Emu has like a demonic spellbook, unless it's a weird power or the devil fruit lets you absorb people for whatever reason, or whatever god it might be that lets you absorb people. This thing might be an amalgamation of the original 20 kings, original 19 kings, because in the next panels, he's saying the promise is meant to be kept. I'm going to fight you here. He says the world is imperfect. You must be expunged. Emu's world, I guess, it remains incomplete. So why is it incomplete? Are you missing a part? Are you missing something in this regard? Or it could just be that you need to expel this Davy Jones line because that's the only thing keeping you from perfection or being complete. I don't know. It's really, really odd. But being called a Rat King is very specific. I just wanted to point that out and need to check the official translation. But of course, Zebek takes care of the swipe that Emu does. Very easy to cut, very easy to deal with, honestly. It doesn't, the only thing is it keeps regenerating, and the Marines are asking Garp, are you gonna provide backup? And he has this great panel. Oda drawing and paneling has been, great. This smile and dark eyes is just so good, showing what he's about to go do next. It doesn't matter who it is, which I guess I wanted to specify now that we do see Garp and what he's about to do later. We'll get to it. Okay, we'll get to it. All the pirates are in disarray. They're stealing. They're taking treasure. Dragon is still running around with the baby Shanks trying to save his life. He sees a marine ship. He's running to the marine ship, and we see Captain John does indeed, since we saw the metal arm, we thought it could be Kid's Devil Fruit. He does have the magnet Devil Fruit, and he's trying to steal all the treasure for himself. Gonzai does see it. He snipes him with, I don't know what it is. Somebody was saying this power is reminiscent of something with Sky Snake Red Cannon. I can't think of the power, but he does take out Captain John in one shot, which is very. Everybody with this Devil Fruit is just honestly has a bad day, a bad time. Whatever this magnet fruit is, it's just such a bad time for every user. He got one-shotted by Gonzai. And he's telling Shiki, like, yeah, didn't you know this, all this treasure is like 1 billion. These chests are just like 1 billion. I wouldn't be surprised. Who wouldn't want to have one? And he starts aiming at Shiki, so he's going to take the treasure for himself also. Which is, I thought was hilarious. So this is kind of where they start fighting amongst themselves. And Captain John was ready. Like, I'm out. Captain John's already saying, hey, it was a good time, but I'm out. And I guess Gonzai is gonna leave also. Am I saying his name right? Ganzui. He attacks Shiki. I'm guessing this is where Shiki and Ganzui fight, because we did see that he had some damage to him. Actually, I think he lost his legs in not Punk Hazard, Thriller Bark. So I think there is damage. Garp is immediately going. Okay, so this panel, we do see that he's gonna go attack Emu in here. Everybody's trying to stop him because that's a Gorosei, that's a world leader, that's an overseer, whatever they're calling him. You can't attack the Gorosei, especially not the Gorosei. But, so, if Garp was in Egghead and he saw Saturn taking care and killing people, Marines, I think he would have straight up just attacked Saturn in the same regard. He's going to attack Emu. He's going to attack Saturn for the same exact thing. It's actually paralleling the exact same thing that he landed in Egghead. He landed here and he starts taking out people. Exactly the same person to Saturn, except this time it's Emu in possession of Saturn. So after Rox is fighting, Kaido's trying to get a piece of the action. Big Mom is aiming at Kaido. I don't know if it was a pump fake, but everybody starts charging up an attack. And they all, this is such an epic panel, man. Such an epic panel. We have all the top tiers. Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, Rox, Roger, and Garp all land what might be one of the strongest 6 combination attack on one person, which is Emu. And I don't know how you get up from this. You have 6 of the top tiers attacking you at once, and Emu is unfazed. He's brushing it off. He's damaged, sure, and he's recovering. He's still recovering. So it's really such a weird, but also have to remember that they don't know what they need to do. They're just hockeying up, they're armamenting up, they're even using their strongest Conqueror infused hockey attack to fight. And Emu just gets right back up, does a Conqueror's Hockey Wave, and Emu did one before actually, and knocked a bunch of Roger's crew out. So this goes to show how strong Emu is. So Emu does have Conqueror's Hockey, knocks everybody out in the vicinity, even people from Roger's crew. So this is not a small wave. It's very strong. Knocks more people out with this wave of Conqueror's Haki. We see Baby Shanks going into the treasure chest. So it wasn't even that Dragon gets to... We don't know it. And yeah, we don't know. But I think this is how Baby Shanks gets into the treasure chest. We don't know what happened with Dragon. I don't even know how Dragon ended up holding a log. Does Baby Shanks have some jutsu, substitution jutsu and teleportation to get out of his grasp? I don't know how that happened. But yeah, what was I gonna say? There was something I just forgot to say because of the of Emu. I lost my train of thought there because there was something that I was thinking about and I forgot. Oh well, it'll come back to me. Anyway, Emu is just recovering there at the moment in this nimble state. And it starts talking crap to Rock, saying, I see them. They're running away for their lives, the woman and child. And Blackbeard starts, not Blackbeard, because they're holding Blackbeard. Zebek starts freaking out. What are you going to do? He starts trying to cut up Emu. And he successfully rage baited, I feel rage baited, Emu to get into close enough vicinity and grabbed Zebek and does the one thing I really didn't want to happen is get a dummy reverse off on Zebek. And you see him starting to transform. So I'm over here thinking, why? How did you get this off? How did you get dummy reverse off on one of the strongest in the verse at the moment? Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Okay. Going a little bit back. Nobody knows how to deal with permanent damage onto this recovery, this ability of being able to recover. Garling even said their Haki is so strong that it's hard to recover, but it's not permanent, not that very permanent damage that Gaban did onto Saturn. Not Saturn. Saturn? Not Saturn, my bad. Summers. He did that very lasting damage to him. But this still means they're able to recover. So none of them actually know how to apply Haki the right way. So the damage is very negated. It's just very negated. Yeah, well, let's just say that. So Emu gets off a Dami Reversi, and I've seen the theory, and I think it's a very smart theory, a good theory, of the Homeland theory. I can only use Dami Reversi, but it throws so many plot holes, right? Like, why aren't you using this on everybody? Or what conditions are you must be needing a condition. You must require probably a condition of you need them to be on the Homeland, right? Like a Hunter x Hunter condition. You need them to be doing a certain thing, a certain something. Something has to be certain for you to meet a certain number of criteria so you can use this and get this off. Because there's no way that what's it called? That Rox doesn't just Haki up right now, full force, and dispel this Dami Reversi ability you're doing on him. But he's getting the Dami Reversi off, and I don't think that he is weak enough in Haki or just not trying to survive or adrenaline rush for survival enough to Haki bloom out of this Dami Reversi. But at the same time, what in the world would have driven, like at least how Oda's writing it, what in the world would have driven Garp and Roger to team up versus Zebek? Just nothing else comes to mind. Like, there's nothing else. Even if you were killing celestial dragons, I don't even think they would have been like, hey, that's not out of line. They were attacking your family. I don't know. It's just, it had to be this, right? It had to be a Dami Reversi that he is buffed up. He is stronger than he is normally. Where Roger needs to Haki bloom how the hell to beat that regenerative ability and beat a buffed up Zebek. So he is stronger than he is normally. And they somehow have to take care of that regenerative ability in Garp and in Roger together. Because he is buffed up more than normal. So that Homeland theory is that you Emu needs to have you, because remember, he's using Dami Reversi in Elbaf, and he's turning all the people from Elbaf into the demons. Remember that in God Valley, the only people that turned into that were affected by Dami Reversi or turned into those demons were Zebek's father and grandmother. But Eris was untouched. Eris was not part of God Valley. Eris joined the Davy family. So that leads to being part of the homeland is necessary for the Dami Reversi to work, which kind of shows in Elbaf. The giants were turned into demons. They were Dami Reversied, and they look like the ancient giants. So I think that's what it is. I don't think. I mean, I don't know if there's any other way. I think Oda probably goes with it. Like, it's writing itself so far if it's true. But I think that's the best theory to go off of for that. And Roger and Garp are going to need to figure out. Emu just leaves. He's like, job's done. Job's finished. And Emu disappears. I think. I don't know. But, oh, you know what? Harold. Harold is still missing. Harold needs to play a role. I think Harold is sidelined somewhere watching what's happening or feels something. He probably runs to the island because, hey, that was a ginormous wave of Haki. What's going on? Zebek's a demon right now. Holy crap. I'm going to help you guys. I feel like, what's it called? Harold has to join. It's his flashback. He has to join because Loki's telling the story. So he has to, at least from Harold's part, should be saying something. So Harold is probably what told Loki, maybe, but should be showing up to investigate what the heck that wave of Haki is. Is everything all right? Oh no, Rox is actually killing a bunch of people. I need to stop him. I need to stop him for himself. He wouldn't have wanted this, etc. I need to save his family, actually. I need to save them. Maybe even Harold is the one that gets the saving blow on Eris and Teach. I think that's what might happen. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Harold, man. I want to see how strong my man's really is here. I know he lost to Zebek, low-key, but I think he's still very, very strong. Anyway. What else? I think that's it for the chapter. That is it for the chapter review. No break next week, thankfully. So we do get to see a continuation. We get Garling versus. We probably do get Garling versus Whitebeard. So we get Zebek and versus Roger and Garp, and Garling probably takes care of most of what's it called? Takes care of Whitebeard, gives him the scar he talks about. We have Big Mom and Kaido probably have to face somebody else of the Holy Knights at some point. Or, well, they have to escape. So I don't know if they do end up facing anybody. But Gabon probably faces Sommer. So Sommer gets to remember Gabon's face. Because Gabon is still there. Rayleigh's leaving with Shocky. So I'm just thinking what can happen next chapter. But we are getting Zebek turned into a demon right now. Didn't want it to happen. Ended up being the case because how else would it be written? Other than that, I'm just trying to make sure I covered everything that I wanted to cover in the chapter. But I think that's it. Yeah, I wanted to try and remember something, but I think that I covered everything. We'll see where Oda goes with it. But other than that, guys, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.